Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Flipside Cheerleading Podcast. I'm your host, Marissa. Today, we have a very special guest. We have three-time world champion, grand world champion, Coco Martin. She has been on Tglc, she's been on Senior Elite, and we are going to talk about her entire cheer journey from when she was 2 years old on a mini team all the way until now. She is currently at Navarro in Corsicana, Texas, where she is going to be on their large co-ed team. Talking to Coco was really, really fun. She's so grounded and so humble, and it just really seems like she is taking advantage of every opportunity that this industry can give her. She's been on some of the best teams that this sport has to offer, and talking to her was so much fun. She is only 17 years old, and she is about to begin her first year of college. Here's my interview with Coco Martin. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Does everybody in your life call you Coco?
Yeah, it's like everyone. Unless I'm in trouble.
Well, that's fair enough. I see you have a lot of Texas Tech stuff happening in this room you're in right now.
Yes. This is like our movie room.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
So you're from Texas originally, right?
Yes.
Has your family always been big Texas Tech fans?
Yes. Ride or die, Texas Tech. Always.
So when your sister went to Tech, they were like, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
We are already prepared. We're going to backtrack all the way to the beginning.
Okay.
So how old were you when you got started into cheer, and what kind of got you into it?
So I started cheer basically right out. My sisters did it, and my mom would bring me to the gym, and I would be crawling around the gym at 2 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And to be on the mini team that I was on, I had to be potty trained. So I figured it out and I got to be on the team.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I get it though, because I don't want to coach a bunch of kids that aren't potty trained. That seems like it would be a lot.
No.
Oh, what is your earliest memory with cheer? So you started it was Woodlands Elite.
This is a really funny story, actually. So I was at practice, and my best friend, and I'm a very talkative person, me and my best friend Kate were talking at practice. She was my base, and I remember one of my coaches saying, "Shh, you need to be quiet. We're trying to do the stunt." And I turned around, and I was so sassy. I was like, "Don't tell me what to do." And ever since then, like, thinking like when a coach talks to me, I'm like, don't be mini Coco, because I was so sassy. I was so sassy.
Did you go to public school while you were still in Texas? Was there ever a point you were homeschooled?
I was in public school up until 8th grade.
Okay.
And then when I moved to Tglc, that's whenever I went online.
Were you known for being really talkative at school too?
Yes. My teachers, they would always put me in the front row by myself. I just talked all day.
I had a teacher in 10th grade. She moved me away from sitting with my friends. I teach now. I work in elementary school, so it's full circle. But I told her, I said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You could put me next to anyone. I'm going to talk to anyone. It's not because I'm not listening. I can't help it.
I know. I'll just talk to a wall if I could.
You were at Woodlands and you were there for 4 or 5 seasons. What level were you on when you left and then you went to Prodigy?
Yes. I believe I was on a level 3. At the time, I had a mental block. And so all of my tumbling was gone. It was like awful. The mental block was there for 2 years. And so when my sister moved to Prodigy, that's when like the mental block went away, and I ended up doing a level 4 team and doing some tumbling.
Okay. Was there anything, and honestly, the couple people I've interviewed, you're the first person that has brought up some kind of confidence issue with tumbling. Was there, because a lot of people, if you've never had one, you don't get it.
Yeah.
Is there anything that triggered that for you, or it just kind of came out of nowhere?
I think too much cheer really can do it to an athlete.
Yeah.
And my whole life was cheer. And like all I would do was tumble and flip on the trampoline. And I did like a back handspring or something, and I skinned my nose, and like I wouldn't go back after that.
I think so many people, I've seen parents, kids, if their child is going through that, they keep pumping them into lessons and classes and I get to an extent, and I think that they do it, they think, okay, well, the more you're around it, the more it'll help. Mm-hmm. And I don't think everyone realizes that that just adds more pressure.
Yes.
And then it's setting up a situation where, okay, I mean, my mom made me do this private lesson. I feel like if I leave and I don't throw a handspring, now you start feeling guilty about it. What prompted the move from Woodlands Elite to Prodigy?
Midnight has always been Callie's dream team. And so my mom has 4 kids, and it was hard for my parents to go to work, bring me to a different gym, then bring Callie to a different gym. So I think it really just was like, I was so young, I barely even remember any of it. I didn't like have a problem with it. I missed my friends, but I made new friends there.
How far was Prodigy from your house in Texas?
So Prodigy was about a 45-minute drive, and so was Woodlands Elite, but they were in opposite directions.
When you were at Prodigy, you won NCA.
Yes.
What do you remember about that?
So, that was on Sky. Sky was like one of my favorite junior teams because of how hard those girls worked. It was genuinely like, in the coaching, it was amazing. And so when we won, it was just like, I think that was my first NCAA win that wasn't on a mini team. And it was just so good.
Junior 2 is a really, really competitive division.
Yes.
Level 2 and level 3, J2, J3, super competitive, super, super popular.
Yeah, I will say Summit, and this is just my personal opinion, I don't even know, but Summit for me was harder to win than Worlds because there's so many divisions or like people in those divisions that it's just
Well,
hard.
even Summit has that wild card round.
Yes.
Where you have to make it if you got a bid for wild card, which those of you watching who don't know, you can get a wild card, an at large, or a paid bid. If you get a wild card, you compete in a whole competition before the real competition even starts. Mm-hmm. And to make it out of that round is insane. I mean, they have divisions that are like 50 to 70 teams, and maybe 3 make it on after that. You did a couple seasons at Prodigy, and then you ended up going back to Woodlands, and you ended up making Black Ops. Yeah. Were you seeking that team out, or was it a surprise and you weren't expecting that?
Black Ops was always my dream team when I was younger because when I would practice, I would stay after and watch Black Ops because they were just always my dream team. And so when I made it, my mom brought me to a lunch and was like, we're just going to eat lunch. And my coach came and surprised me. And like ever since then, like I've done it for baby Coco, who like dreamed to be on Black Ops, and I have had so many dreams and I've accomplished most of them. So it's just amazing that I get to do that.
Full circle moment. After being back at Woodlands Elite for a few seasons, you made the big move to Miami, Florida.
Yes.
And you did Tglc. So what made you make that move? Was it your idea? Did someone reach out to you? How did that kind of happen?
So funny enough, when I was on Black Ops, my first year, that was when I started getting into like Worlds teams and seeing what they're like. And so in CA, I watched TGLC, and my eyes, I wish you could have seen it, like amazing. Unreal. And so I was stalking, you know, how cheerleaders do, and I saw Izzy Russo, and I saw her whole TGLC and how it works. And I just wanted to be just like her. And so the fact that I got to be on a team with her, compete with her, be friends with her, I was on Black Ops, I was looking up to her. It was crazy.
I interviewed Izzy last week, actually.
Yeah.
And she's so sweet, so humble.
Yes.
How did you feel about the culture difference just between Texas versus Miami, Florida?
It's definitely different, especially moving at such a young age with not a parent, going by myself. And I didn't have a car because I was still too young. I'm just so used to Texas people being so outgoing and friendly.
Right.
And then you move to Miami and you're at the beach and people are so mean. But the athletes there, everyone wants everyone to get better. That's just how it will always be there. And that's why I grew so much as an athlete there.
Were you living with a host family?
No, I lived in an apartment with some friends at the beginning of the year. And then my mom ended up moving down because I didn't have a car. It was this whole thing, and I couldn't really do anything but sit in my room and do my schoolwork. So it got hard, especially being away from everyone and just having my teammates. So I cried and didn't want my mom to go.
How old were you at that time?
I was 14.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Were there any adults at Top Gun that were kind of looking out for you, knowing that you made this huge move by yourself?
Yes, so our coaches, Coach K will always be my second mom. She's just always there for her kids. If she sees you have a bad practice or something's going on, she will pull you and be like, "Are you okay? Do you need anything?"
So you did your season at Tglc, and that was your first world win, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. How did that feel? Walk me through that. Was that was the 300 theme?
Yeah, Empire. It was unreal. That made my love for cheer want to keep going because sometimes when people win worlds, they're like, "I'm done. I've won worlds. I've accomplished my goals." That was not me. That made me want it even more for the next season. And when they said TGLC, my heart dropped. I got chills. I was bawling my eyes out. Even at the end of the routine, just knowing we went all through that season, everything we went through and being able to accomplish what we wanted, Grand World Champions, it just was the cherry on top. It was so amazing.
When that season ended, you then moved to Senior Elite in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about?
Oh, my whole life, my parents have always been do whatever is best for you. We'll always be your number one supporters. And I didn't know if co-ed, being thrown up with one person, would be good for me. I didn't know if I was good at it. I was struggling a little bit with it. And I saw Senior Elite needed flyers. I told my dad, I was like, Senior Elite needs a flyer. And he was like, well, is that what you want to do? And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And honestly, that was probably my favorite season of all time. If I could go back to any season, it would be Senior Elite.
I have been a Senior Elite fan forever. Since Maddie Gardner's 360 ball up. I mean, I've been in it for a while. I feel like so often when I watch Senior Elite, I don't know if it's the emotional music, but then it's also mixed with some of the best pyramids I've ever seen. Yeah. And just knowing what everyone goes through, I swear, I don't know why I always tear up anytime I'm watching something with Senior Elite specifically. Did your mom follow you to North Carolina?
No. So my mom and I drove my car because I turned 16 in North Carolina. So we drove my car up there. And I lived with my best friend, Allie, for the longest time.
Nice.
And we still talk to this day. She's coming over and she'll literally be in my wedding. The girls on Senior Elite, that's just what they do to you. They're your best friends for the rest of your life. Yeah.
Do you feel like being on Senior Elite, that team and TGLC, honestly, are always under such a magnifying glass every season? Do you ever feel like that got to you at all or got in your head?
Yeah, I would say some people would always get into my head and it would be like, am I good enough for this? They would always bring me down, but then I realized I'm putting in the work. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm here. And I don't even know who this person is. So my mom would always tell me, don't listen to them. And even though it's going to be in the back of your mind, I use that as motivation to be the athlete that I am today.
And the athlete you are today is a back-to-back-to-back world champion. So many people don't see the damage that they're doing. Because at the end of the day, well, I mean, you're in college now, but these are kids.
Yeah.
These are kids doing something fun and living out their dreams and going on social media and saying whatever you want to say about that. I just think I've never understood it. It is the craziest thing to me.
Yeah. And it hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. I mean, when you're a teenager, yeah, you want to say, don't listen to them, don't listen to them. But I mean, that stuff, it hits home because they're attacking your character.
Yeah.
After you did seniors, you then went, there was a little stint at cheer athletics, but then you ended up being back at TGLC.
Yes.
At what point did you move back to be on TGLC?
So I moved back in October and I was just now getting cleared. The day of my first practice is the day I could start even walking without my boot. I just went into cheer. I could not stand being out of that, like not being able to cheer. So
when you went back to co-ed, were the coaches reaching out to you knowing that they wanted you to fill a spot?
they had their full roster, but everyone's always welcome on TGLC. There's so many people that came after me, and I was not at my full potential because of my ankle, and I just hopped back into things knowing I shouldn't have. And then I think 6 new athletes came after me, and
wow.
they're so welcoming, and you'll always have a chance on that team. What you give to them, they'll give back to you. Like, you have to show you want it.
How did you hurt your ankle?
I was at my previous gym and we were warming up a little waterfall show and go thing, and I was the bracer. And I rolled my ankle a couple times in that group. And then that day, my bases were really tall and I'm really short. And so when I came out, I landed a little sideways and I completely snapped everything on my right side of my ankle. So I was out for at least 5 to 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
And for someone where cheer is your whole life, I'm sure that was driving you insane.
It was really bad.
Is that the worst injury that you've had in this sport?
When I was on senior elite, I hurt my neck, but that was like nothing compared to my ankle. And when I didn't take time off for my ankle, I would use my other leg. Then I ended up tearing my meniscus. Yeah, so this past season was such a breaking point for me. But whenever I finally realized why this was all happening, it made me who I am today. Because if I didn't hurt my ankle and my knee, I wouldn't be where I am at all.
It definitely makes you mentally push through things. If I can handle that, I can handle anything. But then it also, I feel like it can just kind of refresh you. I'm not taking for granted any opportunity that I get because you could cheer your whole life and it could be the silliest little thing that ends up hurting you and taking you out.
The way I hurt my knee is I was getting into my car and my knee just popped. And I was on my way to practice. So it was really hard year. And I graduated a year early. I wanted out of All-Star. And I just wanted a fresh start where I could recover. This summer, I've been doing so much recovery before I stunt and really taking it seriously because I really want this in the future.
Yeah, and you only have one body.
Yeah.
And if you don't let it heal the way it needs to, it can have other effects. I was so mad. I was so mad at myself because that's just crazy.
Yeah.
But
that practice, I did end up hurting my ankle. I didn't even stretch. I was just playing around with my friends.
Yeah.
And it got to me so bad, so bad.
How does your ankle feel now?
Tweaks here and there. But other than that, I've been really trying to do my exercises to make them stronger and stuff for dead mat.
At what point during the year did Navarro get on your radar?
Okay, funny enough, when I went to Daytona, because I got my wisdom teeth removed at home, and my parents were like, why don't you just come to Daytona? You can't cheer because, you still have your wisdom teeth problem. So I went to Daytona, and I watched Navarro, Texas Tech, and Weaver. And my eyes, when I saw large co-ed, were like, I never wanted to do college cheer yet. I wanted to super senior. But then it started really clicking into me. And I was like, so what do I do next season? I don't know. And then my mom was like, why don't we just try out for Navarro and see how it goes? And so when I made the team, I was like, okay, this is happening. I gotta get prepared.
Was there ever a point where any part of you was leaning towards Texas Tech?
Knew for my first season of college, I wanted to do a JUCO.
Okay.
Because that's just always been what I wanted. And if I didn't end up doing a JUCO, I would have stayed in Florida for a school. But to get into a Florida school, it's super hard. And especially graduating year early.
Yeah.
it would have just been like everyone would be a year older than me and stuff. I feel like I fit so well into Navarro, and everyone's so welcoming, and they don't treat me like a younger athlete. They treat me like family.
How far is Corsicana from your hometown in Texas?
Like 2.5 hours. Not bad at all. I'm so excited. After this, I'm going to stunt. I stunt every day. If I could stunt
Good for you.
24 hours, I would. Even at the beginning of summer, I could not co-ed like I can today, and I want to be the best there could ever be. So I got in the gym and I started working really hard.
Being at Navarro has to be one of the, I'm sure you've had a few pinch me, I can't believe my life is real kind of moments. Yeah. That has to be one of them.
Navarro is such like an honor, and to even wear Navarro on my chest. First time I put the uniform on, I literally started tearing up because this is such a dream, and just knowing I accomplished that is really amazing.
Do you think that after this year at Navarro, you'll continue your college cheer journey? Or do you think you'd pull? Yeah, you do? Nice.
Yeah. I definitely want to do 2 years at Navarro and continue until I can't be eligible anymore. Like, I want to be on that band shell as long as I can.
Yes. Your sisters, your mom, your parents, they have to be so excited.
Yes, they're very thankful for their children just because they put in so much for us, and we're taking it and we're using what they gave us and making a name for ourselves.
Texas is huge in sports, football, cheerleading. Do you feel like there was any pressure growing up surrounded in that environment?
Yes, there's always going to be pressure on my back. And especially having Callie as my sister, knowing how amazing she is. And I just really want to live up to that because she's amazing. And she's always been my role model. Just knowing how amazing she is, it makes me want it as bad as what she had.
Are you guys competitive with each other? You and your other two sisters? Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, me and Callie are definitely competitive, but it's not like a hatred. It's more of like, you got it. Like, she's so proud of me, and like, I just want to be just like her. So
that's so sweet. When do you remember falling in love with cheer? Was there a certain memory when you were younger where you knew I'm going to take this as far as I possibly can?
Yes. So when I made junior ops, it was COVID year. So I was on 4 different teams that year. It was the year before Black Ops.
Holy.
Yeah, and all I did every single day was practice. And even when I wasn't at my 4 practices, I was outside tumbling on my tumble track, trying to get as the best as I could. And I'm just so passionate about this sport. I know it's what I want to do when I'm older. I genuinely don't know what I would do without cheer. And there's so many good role models out there, so it's easier to be in cheerleading when you have a lot of role models to look up to.
I agree. Who are some people you look up to now, besides your sister?
So Haley Delenn is probably like my all-time favorite.
She's like inhuman. She's incredible.
She's just amazing. For her to be in gymnastics and then just go to cheer and see her put that much work in to be where she is today, partner stunt and all of that, is just a dream. And one day I hope I can compete partner stunt just like she did. So yeah, her definitely.
What kind of athlete were you when you were younger compared to how you are now that you're older and you've been doing it your whole life?
So when I was younger, I feel like I was there for fun, and I wouldn't treat it like it was my whole life. I was just there almost for my friends and stuff. The year I made Black Ops is like where everything switched, and this is my lifetime goal. I worked so hard for this. I need to live up to it and show everyone this is where I'm supposed to be, and this is how I'm supposed to compete.
Were there any things about large co-ed for Navarro specifically that made you really, really excited to cheer for them?
I would say the way that Navarro, every single team at Navarro, like game day, large and all girl, the way that they go out on the stage, and you can tell they have such a passionate feeling out on the stage and how they love cheerleading. And that's exactly how it is at practices too. Everybody loves being at Navarro. It's just for cheerleaders, especially going to a JUCO, because you're there for cheer. And it's just amazing, especially like being around it now. It's so like heartwarming.
I think that being around people like that, it's such a huge motivator. Are there any skills or areas that you're hoping to improve on in college?
Definitely standing tumbling. Standing tumbling will always be the death of me. This summer I've been working on it, getting more like strength in my legs, but it's definitely hard. I think that's sometimes where people struggle, and I struggle in it too, is I want to be an all-around athlete in college and I'm going to work for it. I want to be in every section if I get the opportunity.
What standing tumbling skill do you struggle with the most?
My wonderful. Like dutiful, fine. It's my wonderful. I don't know why, but I can't. I can land like 7 out of 10, but if you bring me to the last 3, I will not land them. Personally, and this is just how my brain works, I don't know why. The spring floor, I shoot back in my tumbling. I'm very big on my heels. And so I just go straight back. And so when I get to dead, there is no bounce to bring me back. You kind of just.
Yep.
Yeah. So it helps a lot being on dead.
We're going to do some rapid fire questions about you. What is your favorite world's memory?
Definitely because this went famous on TikTok, and it should, because this is like my whole. Yeah, when I hit my full around tick and I just start bawling my eyes out. I was like, I cannot believe this, because that's such a skill that I struggled on last season. You can see it every single day one of a competition. It would kind of like press a little bit. And I don't know why that was the hardest skill for me. I'm not sure. I used to love them. So when I hit it to the top, perfect, day 2, I just felt my whole body like, thank God. What
Gym that you've been a part of had the most fun environment?
Ooh, this one's really hard.
You've been at some really good ones.
Probably Top Gun.
What is the best team tradition that you've been a part of?
Seniorly, you'll hear them 3 years down, because we're screaming music, we're getting hype, we're putting on our glitter. Everything about our traditions and superstitions, whatever people want to call them. I don't really do any of that. I don't know why. I'm just not very big on that stuff. But when I got to senior elite, I had to.
Okay, I guess we're all getting in a circle and we're kicking our leg. I love that. SE4L. What is your pre-competition hype music? What gets you excited?
Some people might not agree with this, but I really, really like just sad music. Tate McRae, Olivia Dean, Bella Kay. Even though I don't relate to any of these songs, I've never had a crazy boyfriend or anything. I just like sad music. I'm not very big on rap or country.
Do you still get nervous, or are there things that you do have to do to get mentally prepared?
So me and some of my teammates were just talking about this, because I went out and did a partner stunt. I don't feel the butterflies. I just know my training will get me to what I want if I do my training. That's what I learned at Top Gun. If you're ever scared about a skill, if you mess up on a skill, do the skill until you cannot get it wrong. And that's why I just never get nervous anymore. I just like, if I don't turn off the light switch, turn it back on 3 times like some of my team, like that's not going to make me win worlds. Like that's just how my brain works. I don't know. Some people are different, and like props to them, but I can't be like that.
I want you to think of one word to describe each gym that you've been at, starting with Woodlands Elite. So we're going to go through Woodlands, Prodigy, Top Gun, and then Cheer Extreme.
Woodlands, I would say it's a family. Is that like a good word? Everyone there is. Jessica was my second mom, and Tara. And to this day, like I will always text them, ask them how they're doing, congratulate them, and they've always been there for me. So it's amazing.
What do you think of when you remember your time at Prodigy?
Very bright. I feel like every time I was there, I always had a smile on my face because of the people around me. Yeah.
Top Gun.
Ooh, I could use so many for this one. I'm just gonna say loving, because that gym made me love cheer again.
And then Cheer Extreme.
A party. I was going crazy. I love Cheer Extreme. I never been so comfortable with teammates. The coaching, like Casey, I love her to death. And we have color teams, and I was on blue, so she was my coach for that. She's just like a second mom, and it's a great coach. So is Courtney and Darnell and Gabe. They're all just, them together is like the Avengers. Like, they're just perfect.
I know everyone who's ever had Darnell, he has changed everybody's lives.
Yeah.
I've never met him or talked to him or anything, but he seems like someone so incredible.
Mm-hmm. He's just such a coach that he wants it for you, probably more than you want it for yourself.
Yeah.
Every time Darnell would be at practice and see someone struggling, he would always make sure that we knew he wanted it for us, and especially with stunning and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so knowing, because the gym is, I don't know if you've seen it, it's just one panel, or not panel, floor. Yep. So you can see everything, and then you're full out. And running, tumbling, I did motions, and he would always giggle at me because I cannot dance.
What would 5-year-old Coco be most proud of if you were to ask her? What would she be most proud of you for today?
Probably getting out of my comfort zone and traveling for cheer. Because when I was little, I always doubted myself because of my mental block. If I could tell her anything, is to not be so hard on yourself and just literally let go and like do whatever you want, and it will always work out in the end.
What is your favorite uniform that you've ever worn?
The black senior league one, and I know nobody really like enjoyed it at the beginning, but that uniform on the stage, perfect, everything about it, it fit me perfectly. Like, yeah, it was just amazing.
What's your favorite uniform from another team that you haven't been?
Ooh, I really like Cali Black Ops. Their uniform is so cute, and I also like SSX, the like pink one.
Yep, SSX has never had a bad uniform ever.
No.
Every uniform they come out with is more beautiful than the one they had before. What is one misconception that you think people have when athletes move to different gyms?
Them being like a gym hopper, because I swear that's my nickname. And yes, I've been to a lot of gyms, guys, but I did it for reasoning, and like, it'll never be just because I want to be on this team. It's because that's where I've been led, and I'm very go with the flow type of person, and I'm not going to stay somewhere where I don't feel like comfortable, if that makes sense, and where I don't think I'll grow full potential. So that's why I've always been like, I'm just going to go. And if I didn't do all girl and co-ed, I would never have the experience for college, because I got to do both. So it was really fun.
Do you have thoughts about going pro now that the pro cheer league exists?
Okay, funny you say this. I ended up going to the Houston Hustle practice. You could do the day before tryouts, so I went to that. And I was like, why not? Even though I'm 17, you have to be 19. But if you don't do an all-star team, then you could do it. You just have to get like waivers and stuff. It's very difficult, I think, but I was like, I'm just going to try out. So I ended up doing 6 boys co-ed tryouts. Wow. And I did 4 all-girl tryouts. So that was definitely fun. I didn't end up making it, but I'm also not a pro athlete. Right. I just got all these skills 2 months ago. And the people that I was going against for those spots are insane. When I'm older, out of Navarro, because Navarro shapes athletes to be the best they could ever be. Yep. So probably out of Navarro, I'll do one.
Last question I have for you. What is some advice that you would give someone about betting on yourself and just having faith in yourself and your abilities?
I would say, if you're ever struggling to be proud of yourself for anything, just realize where you were. Literally, it could be 1 day ago, 2 days ago, a month ago, a year ago. And I want you to go back and watch the videos of where you were, and you'll always have progress. And that's what makes me want it so bad, is because 2 months ago, I would watch my videos and be like, why can't I do this right? Why can't? And now I'm watching the videos of my stunts today, and I'm like, wow, 2 months ago, I was struggling on this skill. Now let's find another skill to struggle on. So in 2 months from now, I can be like, wow, the skill is so easy. So definitely, I would say that it gets better, and you have to put in the time, you have to put in the effort. Nothing's ever going to get handed to you. So definitely work for it, because it is nice to be like, oh yeah, I got this skill on the mat, but it's so much nicer to say I have the skill in a routine. And it's just that's where I really want.
It has been so fun talking to you. You are so smiley and humble and so nice. And there are so many people who, in the position that you've been in, they could let things get to them, let it get to their head, or the pressure, or any of those things. And I just feel like you've done such a great job. And I know you have role models in this sport, but you are the role model of so many kids.
Yes.
And it probably seems crazy, but there's so many people that absolutely look to you as someone who can do it all and do it well and with a smile and a positive attitude. I think that that's awesome. I hope you have the greatest season ever. I will definitely be watching. I've always been a Navarro fan, so I will be watching in your corner for sure. I can't wait. Absolutely. I can't wait to see what else is next for you and what else this sport has in store for you, because you're only 17 and the world is literally your oyster. You can do anything you want at this point.
Yes.
But it has been so fun talking to you and getting to know you. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'm sure that someone will watch this and see, like, those are the same dreams that I have. And if she can do it, I can do it. And I feel like that's what this sport is all about. Just being a good role model and being humble for all the opportunities that you've been given.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, Coco.
Bye.
That was the end of my interview. Like I said earlier, she is such a nice person and she just wants so much out of this sport, which I think is so refreshing because she knows there's so much more to learn and she just wants to go as far as the sport will let her go, which I think is a really, really admirable trait to have. So many people might win or be successful and they decide that they're done. But I'm really excited to see that even at 17 years old, the journey is definitely going to keep carrying her through. And I can't wait to see what she does with it. But that is the end of my interview with Coco, and I will catch you on the flip side.